या ऐसी जगहों से. How did you see the potential of adventure tourism in MP, and what's the plan to increase that or create more awareness about it in MP or attract more tourism through that?
Thank you so much. I'd like to begin by saying that I'm not here just as president of the Adventure Tour Operators Association of India. I'm also wearing two other hats. I'm also an investor here. So we started river rafting on the Betwa River. We've got an adventure camp in Orcha. We've run camps in Mandu. And of course, the iconic wildlife circuit of Madhya Pradesh. But I'm also here as a huge fan of the state. I think everybody's been talking about the great wildlife tourism here, historical, spiritual, cultural tourism. But for me, it's also the people of Madhya Pradesh, the simple, solid people of Madhya Pradesh, warm. Once you become friends with them, they are friends for life and they do anything for you. Initially, adventure tourism was considered, something that could only be done in the Himalayas. So, trekking, river rafting, and mountaineering. But of late, people have realized that there is so much more to adventure tourism. There are 29 verticals of adventure tourism that the Adventure Tour Operators Association of India is focusing on today. And a lot of those are here in Madhya Pradesh. So there are many, many opportunities here. So whether you look at the Narmada Trail, which is not just a spiritual trail, it's 1,300 kilometers from Amarkantak all the way to the Gulf of Khambat in Gujarat. Our suggestion is that this trail should be not just a spiritual trail, but also an adventure trail. You have, of course, destinations like Pachmari and Orcha here, but there is a huge amount of scope to develop Madhya Pradesh as the adventure state of India. On a different note, I'd also like to mention that a few years back, we did this trip from Varanasi, from two great cultural hubs of India, from Varanasi to Khajuraho. And so we crossed four iconic wildlife parks. So we started with the Son Gharial Sanctuary, then the Sanjay National Park, Bandhavgarh National Park, which is my favorite wildlife destination on the planet, and Panna Tiger Reserve, and again ending up in Khajuraho, which is again a world iconic destination of the world. So there is a lot here. I joke about it with my friends, and since we are talking to two famous film personalities here, Madhya Pradesh is like the set of an Indiana Jones movie. You're going on a trek and suddenly you come across these ancient structures that date back not just a few hundred years, but sometimes thousands of years. So I think there is scope to develop a huge amount of soft adventure tourism here, and it can become the adventure capital of the country as well.
A small supplementary question. Are you in talks with the tourism department to create an environment, to create such messaging?
Absolutely. In fact, we are very proud to inform you that the next convention of the Adventure Tour Operators Association of India is here in Madhya Pradesh. So we are working very closely, whether it's safety standards. You see, there are two key aspects of adventure tourism. The first is risk mitigation, safety. So we have come up with the national safety guidelines for adventure tourism. The second aspect is sustainability. Because these beautiful natural assets we hold them in trust for our future generations. So it's important, like we were talking about it earlier, to have a very strict leave no trace ethos. We have to leave these places, these beautiful wilderness places, cleaner than we find them.
Thank you, sir.